Good morning friends. After the gap, now again we are here to discuss about the stability of a transistor by including the emitter resistance, so that the operating point may be fixed on the variation of external parameters like temperature and the change variation of the transistor. So, in previous lectures we have discussed about how the minority charge carriers will change or make change to the whole concept of the operating point of the transistor by the increase of temperature, that is in terms of thermal runaway. So, in order to remove the thermal runaway, we have discussed in that particular lecture about the base resistance and its connectivity through the collector region. Here the more stability can be obtained with the help of addition of emitter resistance. So, it is named as emitter bias circuit. So, in emitter bias circuit we have this NPN transistor, this is your NPN transistor, and this supply voltage plus VCC is attached over there. Then two currents IC and IB are flowing through this path of the resistance corresponding RC and RB respectively. So, these currents constitute another emitter current which is flowing through the resistance RE. Now, the junction, across the junction base and emitter, the voltage is VBE. This voltage is equal to 0.7 volt for silica, for 7 volt for the silica. Now, on this, for the DC bias circuit stability, the emitter resistance RE, this is added to the circuit so that the DC bias will stable. Now, the question is how it is stable? For the answering of this question, we have to consider the input loop and output loop of this circuit. So, first consider the input loop. Input loop of the circuit, that is base emitter path, applying Kirchhoff voltage law, that is KVL, in the input loop. We have what we have, you see this VCC is equal to IBRB plus VBE plus IERE, means this voltage, from this voltage the current is flowing IB. So, the potential drop across RB is IBRB, then the potential drop between terminals base and emitter is VBE, that is 0.7 volt for silica, and then this is IE, that is IERE. We have IE is equal to 1 plus beta R 1 plus beta IB, 1 plus beta IB. So, beta is current gain in CE configuration. Beta is current gain in CE configuration. So, substituting the value of IE into this above expression, we have this VCC is equal to IB RB plus VBE plus 1 plus beta IB RE. So, there are IB here we take it common and transferring this value, that is VCC minus VBE is equal to, let I be common. So, this is RB plus 1 plus beta RE, 1 plus beta RE, or this IB base current is equal to VCC minus VBE upon this RB plus 1 plus beta RE, 1 plus beta RE. So, this one is the base current, this is the base current. This base current containing the RB plus 1 plus beta RE. This value is reflection, the resistance R is a reflection of the emitter resistance, in the input of the transistor circuit. Input of the transistor circuit in this case, and the variation in temperature and change in transistor, that is beta, make the no impact, on stability. Similarly, the output section of the transistor, can be analyzed with the help of the Kirchhoff voltage law as VCC is equal to ICRC plus VCE plus IERE, or in this case IC is approximately IE of the order milliampere, So, this is VCE plus ICRC plus ICRE, that is VCE plus IC this is RC plus RE, this is VCC, or this VCE is equal to VCC minus IC RC plus RE, IC plus RE. So, this also make the impact on this voltage, that is collector emitter voltage in this for. Now, this voltage VCE is equal to VC minus VE, or VC is equal to VCE plus VE, and the saturate current as IC sat. IC sat can be expressed as IC sat is equal to VCC minus VCE upon RC plus RE when VCE tends to 0, or IC sat is equal to VCC upon RC plus RE. This is the V saturation, this part. And from the characteristic, of output in CE configuration as this is IB is equal to 0, IB is not equal to 0. So, this value VCC, this value is VCC, here it is VCE, when this is 0 0. So, this point is IC sat, because at this point VCE is equal to 0, VCE is equal to 0. So, this corresponds the saturation current. So, this is the saturation region. And this part is cutoff region. This part is cutoff region, and this particular part is active region. This part is active region. So, from the inclusion of this RC emitter resistance, we have controlled the base current, as well as we have controlled the collector current. This collector current is the saturation current and this particular current. From this value, if we have the particular current of base, so this particular current of base, IB from this expression VCE, VCC minus VCE, VBE upon RB plus RI. Ri. What is Ri? This Ri is equal to 1 plus beta Re, 1 plus beta Re. So, if we take the suitable numerical value, then we can calculate the various current component. For the example, take this example, suppose this is 20 volt, here it is 2 kilo ohm, this is 1 kilo ohm, here it is beta, this beta value is 50, this is 5, say 10 kilo ohm. So, the various value can be calculated on the basis of this circuit diagram. We can use this. So, solution for the given circuit component, for the given circuit components, we have the base current as IB. IB is equal to VCC minus VBE upon RB plus 1 plus beta RE. So, this value is VCC 20 volt minus 0.7 volt upon RB is 10 kilo ohm plus 1 plus 50 into 1 kilo ohm. So, this value is IB. IB is, this is 19.3 volt plus 10 kilo plus 51 kilo. So, this is 19.3 volt upon this is 61 kilo ohm. So, this value is approximately, if this is 20 and here it is 60, this is 1 by 3, that is 0.3 into 10 to the power minus 3. So, this is 300 microampere. So, this is 300 microampere is IB, 300 microampere of the IB, approx. Now, the the VCC, the output section of this circuit has the equation as VCE is equal to VCC minus IC RC plus RE. So, and IC is equal to beta IB, beta is 50 into IB is 300 micrometer. So, this is 15,000 into 10 to the power minus 6 ampere. So, this is nothing but 15 milliampere IC. IC is 15 milliampere. So, the value of VCE is equal to this 20 minus 15 into 10 to the power minus 3. Here it is 2 kilo plus 1 kilo ohm. So, this is so this is 20 minus this is 15 into 3, that is 20 minus 45, that is minus 25 volt VCE. Now, in here we see this value is very high. This value, if you see this one is off this side. So, in order to keep the proper value, we have to consider the base resistance, as high as possible, So, in place of this, in place of 10K, we have to increase this value. We have to increase this value 500K. So, let VB is equal to 500K, then IB is equal to VCC, VBE, this is 500 plus 1 plus beta, RE, that is 20 minus 0.7 V upon 500 plus 51 into 1. So, this is 19.3 volt divided by 551 kilo, that is 551 kilo. So, from their part this is increased very high. This can be solved, approximately this is 20, this is 250, this is 550, if it is 550, so this is cancelled, this is 54510, so this is 100, so 100 is 0.4, 100 is 0.4 R. So, this can be 0.038 milliampere, or that is you can call this is 38 microampere IB, 38. So, in place of 300 there is 38 microampere, and then IC is equal to beta IB, that is 50 into 38 microampere. So, this is 0, this is 0.490 into 10 to the power minus 6 ampere. So, this is approximately 2 milliampere. IC is 2 milliampere. IC is 2 milliampere. So, the value is Now VCE is 20 minus 2 milliampere plus 2 kilo plus 1 kilo ohm. So, this is 20 minus 2 into 20 minus 2 into 3, that is 20 minus 6. 20 minus 6 is 14 volt. VCE is 14 volt. What is the I saturate? I saturate, and here what is IE? We can calculate IE. This IE is equal to IB plus IC. IB is 38, that is 0.038 milliampere, plus IC is 2 milliampere. So, this is 2.038 milliampere. This is IE. Now, our VE is equal to, this VE is equal to IE RE. So, this is 2.038 milliampere into 1 kilo ohm. So, this is 2.03 means 4 volt. This is 2.4 volt. So, VC is equal to VCE minus VE. So, VCC, this VCC is 14 volt. 14 volt minus 2.04 volt. So, it is 11.96 volt. 11.96 volt. That is 12 volt VC. And VBC, that is VB minus VC. What is VBE voltage? The base voltage. This is 2 volt. This base voltage is VE plus IE RE, or we can say this is VE minus VC. So, this is 0.7 plus 2.04 minus this is 11.96 volt. So, this is 2.74 minus 11.96 volt. So, this is minus, how much it is? This is the 6 minus 4 is 2, 9 minus 7 is 2, 0.11 minus 2 is 9. So, VBC is 0.9, that is negative voltage. That is negative voltage. So, what this negative voltage is, the significance of this negative voltage, significance of this negative voltage is very clear that the collector base junction is reverse bias. It is reverse bias. And the I saturation, is, that is 20 volt divided by 2 plus 1 kilo ohm, that is 20 upon 3, that is 6.67 milliampere. So, this I sat this I set is 6.67 milliampere, and this VCC is 20 volt. This VCC is 20 volt, and for the particular, that is VCE is 14 volt. This is VCE is 14 volt, and corresponding IB, the corresponding IB is equal to 38. So, this IB is 38 microampere, and this point is Q point, and this is the corresponding current, and this corresponding current is nothing but 2 milliampere. So, in this way, from this emitter based circuit, we can use to plot this Q point. This Q point has the coordinate. The Q point coordinate is x axis is 14 volt and y axis is 2 milliampere. So, from this circuit, the operating point VCE and IC corresponds 14 volt and 2 milliampere as Q point, that is Q point for the stability. So, this is about your emitter bias circuit and the stability. So, this is all about this case. In the next part, we will discuss about the voltage divider circuit. Good morning, friends. Today I like to discuss the biasing mechanism of a common emitter transistor circuit. There are two types of biasing mechanism. One is exact approach, other is approximate approach. The exact approach is nothing but it is a Thevenin equivalent circuit, and the second is approximate approach. So, in Thevenin we use the Thevenin's theorem to find out the equivalent resistance of the circuit network and the potential generated across the mechanism. So, let us see how this going to be happen. For the potential biasing of a transistor in common emitter configuration, there are two approaches which are given as Thevenin equivalent approach, or this is called exact approach, other is approximate approach. The exact approach is nothing but it is Thevenin's equivalent circuit. This is the circuit configuration, that is this NPN transistor have this VCC positive with RC and R1, R2, two resistances along with RE, emitter resistance. Three terminals, base, collector and emitters are connected here. The two resistances R1, R2 are considered as the parallel combination of the circuit. Its equivalent resistance is RTH, where RTH is R1 parallel to R2, that is R1 R2 upon R1 plus R2, and the source is ETH, and this one is RTH resistance. So, this circuit is converted into this one, that is Thevenin's equivalent circuit. This is Thevenin's equivalent circuit. So, if we apply the Kirchhoff voltage law in this Thevenin equivalent circuit, applying Kirchhoff voltage law in the input. In the input we have this is ETH is equal to IB into RTH plus VBE plus IE RE. This one is the circuit mechanism. Here it is VBE. We have IE is equal to 1 plus beta IB, where beta is the current gain in common emitter configuration. So, putting this value IE in this case, so ETH is equal to IB RTH plus VBE plus 1 plus beta IB RE. So, we see IB is equal to, IB of this is RTH plus 1 plus beta RE is equal to ETH minus VBE. So, IB is equal to, this is ETH Thanning's voltage, VBE upon this is RTH plus 1 plus beta RE. So, from this equation we have calculated the base current IB. If once you have the base current, then there is very easy to calculate the other parameters related to this. And output have KVL as VCC is equal to ICRC plus VCE plus IE RE. Since IC is approximately equal to IE, therefore, this VCE is equal to VCC minus IC RC plus RE. IC of this is the voltage, that is same. So, from this circuit we calculate the exact value of the voltage, VCE and current in this configuration. So, from this we can have base, the VB is equal to, the VB is equal to this VE, this VE is equal to VB minus VBE, this is base. And what the base is, this base is equal to nothing but IB into RTH, IB into RTH, the current flowing across the circuit. In case of and 1 plus beta RE is again input reflection of RE, input reflection of RE. That is sometime R, this RI is 1 plus beta RE considered as. The second is, the second is approximate. Approximate approach. How an approximate approach? The same circuit, that is the circuit of this transistor. This is plus VCC, RC this is R e, and here this is R 1 and this is R 2. This circuit, this R 1, R 2, the R 1, R 2 and R e, this is equivalent to transfer in case of approach, that this is VCC, VCC is connected with this R 1 and R 2. This is R 2, this is R 1 and this is R I, this is R I. So, the current flow, this current is I 1. At this point, the current here it is I b and this current is I 2, I 2. So, this I 1 is equal to I 2 plus I b, I 2 plus I b. Since the R I is very, very large in comparison to R 2, then this I b is very, very less in comparison to I 2. So, what will happen? I 1 is approximately I 2, I 1 is approximately I 2, I 1 is approximately I 2. So, if it is approximately I 2, then this is the approximate approach. Then what will happen? Then the resistance R 1 R 2, this is the approximate approach, that the resistances R 1 and R 2 are considered as the combination, considered as the series combination, that is this is VCC, this is R 1, this is R 2, this is the series combination. So, current in the above circuit is I is equal to VCC upon R 1 plus R 2. This is the current, that current is flowing in this circuit. This is negative and this is positive terminal. Now, the base voltage, the voltage develop across the resistance R 2. This is this voltage, this is grounded, this voltage R 2 is V 2, that is V 2 is equal to I into R 2, I into R 2. What is I? I is equal to VCC upon R 1 plus R 2 into R2. And this is nothing but VB, say VB base voltage. This value is base voltage. This value is base voltage is divided. So, the change from exact to approximate is the basic change from approximate exact to approximate is, in case of exact, we consider R1 R2 as the parallel combination. This is the parallel combination, and then there is a Thevenin's voltage. And in case of approximate approach, we consider R1 R2 as the series combination, that is the series combination. And from this series combination, the current flow in the circuit, and then the potential develop across the R2, and that potential is nothing but, it is the potential, this potential is nothing but, it is the base potential applied. And if base potential is known, so as it is very clear, that is base potential is VBE plus VE, that is VE is equal to VB minus BE base of that is VCC R1 plus R2, this R2 minus VBE, this is VE, and if you want to have IE is equal to VE upon RE, that is 1 upon RE of this is VCC R2 upon R1 plus R2 minus VBE. This is the emitter current. This is the emitter current in the circuit. So, the whole combination can be very well explained, understood with the help of the consideration of one example, that is, let us consider the one example in case of this comparison, that is from this part, the approximation is 1 plus beta RE is greater than R2. So, this value is greater than, this is 10 time of R2, or this case beta RE is greater than equal to 10 times R2, this condition. So, the problem is, let us take a numerical problem. This is say 20 volt, this is 2 kilo ohm, this is 1 kilo ohm, this is 39 kilo ohm, here it is 3.9 kilo ohm. Suppose this one is, and this beta value is 125. This beta value is 125. Then, if we analyze from the given circuit, components, the base voltage, that is VB, is equal to VCC R1 plus R2, and this is R2, that is 20 volt into 3.9 kilo ohm upon this is 39 kilo plus 3.9 kilo ohm. So, this is 20 volt into 3.9 kilo ohm divided by this is 39 plus 3, that is 43.9 kilo ohm. So, we can approx that is 20 into 4 upon 44. So, this is 10, this is 20, this cancel, that is 11, that is 11. So, 20 by 11 approximately 2. So, VB, this VB is 2 volt, this VB is 2 volt. Now, the emitter voltage, the emitter voltage is VE, VE is equal to VB minus VBE, that is 2 volt minus 0.7 volt. So, this is 1.3 volt, VE is 1.3 volt, and IE is VE upon RE, that is 1 kilo ohm, 1.3 volt upon 1 kilo ohm, that is 1.3 milliampere. This IE is equal to 1.3 milliampere. And the other parameters, the other parameters as RI. RI is 1 plus beta into RE, that is 1 plus 125 into 1 kilo ohm. So, this is 126 into 1 kilo ohm, that is 126 kilo ohm. This is RI. The testing condition is this beta RE. Beta RE is greater than equal to 10 time of R2. So, 125 into 1 kilo ohm is greater than equal to 10 into 3.9 kilo ohm. So, we have this value, that is 125 kilo ohm is greater than 39 kilo ohm. So, we find that this condition is valid in this part. This condition is valid in this part. So, this part is governed in this way. The voltage developed, the voltage between collector and emitter is VCE, that is VCC minus this IC, RC plus RE. This IC is equal to IE. So, this is 20 volt minus IE 1.3 milliampere into RC 2 kilo plus 1 kilo ohm. So, this is 20 volt minus 1.3 milli into 3 kilo. So, milli cancel, this one is 3 into 3, 9, 3.9. So, 20 volt minus 3.9 volt. So, this is 16.1 volt is VCE. This voltage is VCE. So, we can have this value, that is this VCE is equal to VC minus VE. So, VC is equal to VCE plus VE. So, this VCE is 16.1 volt plus VE is 1.3 volt, 1.3 volt. So, this is 17.4 volt is VC. VC is this much. And what about the VB from that particular value? That is VBC is VB minus VC. This VB value voltage is 2 volt. 2 volt minus 17.4, this is minus 17.4. So, this is minus 15.4 volt VBE, VBC. So, this indicate negative voltage is indication of the biasing across the collector junction. Which is reverse bias, which is the reverse bias. So, this mechanism, generally in practice, this mechanism is being followed in the approximate approach, and the value that has different from exact approach to approximate approach is, the approximate approach is about 2%, that is about 2% variation of the voltage and current. And about this 2% variation of this voltage and current gives a very slight change on the switching action, of the transistor. That can be discussed here in a very brief way, that the switching action, that is on off state, is very simple way we can have that this is the base, here it is the plus VCC, RC, this is C, here it is E, and this is base terminal. So, on this base terminal, due to the transition state, that is 0 to 1, it is 0 to 1, this is 0 to 1, this is time 1, this is time 2, this is time 3. If we operate this, from 0 to maximum value, 0 to maximum value is the I value that is saturated, I sat. So, this I sat is nothing but VCC upon RC plus RE, this is RC plus RE. So, in this case that is 20 volt upon 2 plus 1 kilo ohm. So, this is 6.67 milliampere, this is IC. So, this IC value, if we draw the graph, variation of this graph, suppose this kind of the graph is, here it is time, and this is IC. So, we have this kind of the graph, this kind of the graph. This is the 100%, we have this is 90% and this is 10%, this is 10%. So, if we draw this line on this variation, so this point up to this point, from this point this point, this is known as TD, this is known as TR. So, TD is delay time, which is approximately 10 nanosecond, and this is TR, rise time, that is approximately 40 nanosecond. Means from this place to this place it is 40 nanosecond, here it is 10 nanosecond. So, T on time, this on time is T delay time plus T rise time, that is 10 nanosecond plus 40 nanosecond. So, this is T on is 50 nanosecond, this part. Now, in this case is Ts storage time and this is T fall time, Tf. So, Ts, that is storage time, is 40 nanosecond and T fall, F fall time is 30 nanosecond. So, T off means off time is T storage plus T fall, this is 40 nanosecond plus 30 nanosecond. So, this is 70 nanosecond T off. So, what do we find? We find T on, that is on time, this is on time, this on time is 50 nanosecond, and this fall time is 70 nanosecond, means T off, you see this T on is less than T off. So, it is slower to off, This is a particular action, and this action of this transistor depends upon the mobility, that is mobility of the charge. Here it is base, this is collector, this is emitter. So, these are the charges flow, the fast moving charge. So, this is T on and this is T off. So, T off gives this condition, that is CDR. This condition is CDR across the junction. So, this junction thickness, that is, if we represent D thickness, D of this capacitor, collector junction, and DE of emitter junction. So, this is the relation thickness CDR region, that part is more wide in comparison to this part. So, the capacitor C capacitor storage, this storage capacitor, charge storing more. So, the gradient is slow, because it opposes the fall of the current. So, this will supply the storage part supply the charge to the circuit, and that is why it opposes the fall. So, its time is more, storage time is 40 nanosecond in comparison to the fall time 30 nanosecond. So, this one is the switching action of a transistor, that is depends upon the voltage applied across the base through the resistance R1 and R2. So, in this way, this is the part of the potential divider circuit, which is frequently used, many places we use. In next lecture, we will discuss very important concept, that is equivalent circuit of a transistor using hybrid parameter. So, till date we wait. Thank you.